parents, welcome back to the Colorful YouTube channel. My name's Caitlin and I'm actually the creator behind the channel Sparkles and Sunshine, and I share enrichment ideas for pets, canine fitness, and product reviews. So after you watch this video, check out my channel because I have a ton of cool ideas in addition to everything you're seeing here of fun things you can do with your pets year round. And fun fact too, oh, my cat just found a toy. If you just saw his little tail. I also made a playlist here with Colorful on their YouTube channel filled with tons of enrichment activities for dogs and cats. So after you watch this, actually go to the playlist first and then go to my channel because I have so many cool things on here, including deep dives of what enrichment actually is. I explain all of it. I give fun ideas that you can literally do indoor, outdoors, using items you already have. It's a great time. So definitely check that out. But again, we're focusing on outdoor winter enrichment activities because sometimes it is wonderful outside to go play with our dogs, take in some new smells, some new textures, because it's not always super cold. Of course, you do have to keep in mind that precaution, right? There are certain temperatures where it is not safe for your dog to go outside, right? And there's also certain conditions and maybe things we have to take into consideration when bringing our dog outside with us, like maybe that's certain equipment or gear, but we'll get into that. But this video is all about fun things you can do with your dog outside that are enriching and fulfilling and will make your dog happier. So idea number one, since we're on the whole happy theme, I had to kick things off with something festive because let's be real, the second half of the year from October on, but November on is filled with so much cheerful everything, right? Everything is just so happy. And one of my favorite things to do, usually starting, I would say, Thanksgiving weekend, depending on how everyone sets things up, is to take my dogs to look at fun, festive lights. I don't know if you've ever taken your dog to look at Christmas lights. It is one of my all-time favorite things I do every single year. And what's great about that is, one, my dogs love car rides, so they're already like, oh my God, we're going somewhere. And two, I do somewhere new all the time. Like last year, my town had a home's top 25 Christmas lights tour that you could go on, and it had a map and you would go from one to the other, and it was so much fun. We did we had Christmas music playing in the car. I had the windows rolled down a little bit so my dogs could take in all the smells and the crisp air, and they could look at all the lights, and it was so much fun. And fun fact too, speaking of the music, did you know that classical music can actually be relaxing for dogs? So if you want to put a fun festive twist on that, turn on some classical Christmas music. We know there's a ton. Let's be real. You could play kind of a low-key version of the Charlie Brown Christmas going on or something. You know what I mean? It makes the trip even more fun. And if your town does big displays of lights and stuff like that, when it's a calmer night and it's not a big event going on and there's not a ton of people, take your dog down there to let them take it all in too. It is one of my favorite things to do with my pets near my parents where they're from. Or where I'm from. I don't know why I said where they're from. Where I'm from, our town does an incredible lights display as well. And we love taking the dogs on a calm night after they've had a lot of their big events, because usually the first couple weekends they have really big events. And so we love to go once those have kind of finished, or even after the holiday season. Most towns leave their lights up a little bit further. I mean, let's be real, we do. Most people do. Let's call ourselves out for a minute. Most people don't take their Christmas lights down until after January. Let's be real, because we want to enjoy them. So odds are your town does too. So it can be, depending, say you got a really hectic holiday season, you couldn't do it during the month of December. A lot of times in that first little bit of January, some people are still away on vacation, or they haven't, they're doing things with family. That's a perfect time to go as well, because it's going to be most likely less busy. So that's idea number one. I had to kick it off with something festive because I couldn't resist. I mean, can you tell by my personality? We had to do something festive. So idea number two is to play in snow. And there's a couple things that you can actually do in the snow. You can play fetch. You can create a maze. That one's fun. That is so much fun. And that is something you can also do, by the way, indoors. So say it is too cold and you're like, okay, I've done some of these indoor enrichment activities that Caitlin suggested. I need something new. I got you. Grab some pillows, blankets, chairs, anything that can create pathways and barriers. Create an indoor thing. Picture a little kid's fort. This is our moment, guys. We get to make forts again, but we're doing it with our dogs. I don't know about you, but that sounds awesome. like, I love that. Me and my husband every now and then we'll do like a movie night and we'll do like a fort or something. I did it even when I visited my cousins and their kids. We made a whole fort in the room and we watched Inside Out. It was awesome. You can do stuff like that with your dog too and create a fun maze. You can do it with them. But if you do have the opportunity to do it outside in the snow, you can easily take a shovel, dig a pathway around, and watch them just have so much fun solving and going in and out. Like, you can make it as much fun as you want. I saw a video once of someone who made like a circular like racetrack and their dog was just doing zoomies. It was the funniest thing, but you could tell their dog was so happy and having the time of their life. So that's one thing that you can do. But since we are talking about the snow, I do want to give you a couple safety tips. Now, these aren't all of them. And of course, depending on where you live, you may have different things that you have to kind of be more aware of. So these are just kind of some generic things that I want you to know if you choose to do some enrichment activities outside in the snow. So number one, when you come back inside, make sure to clean your dog's paws, because depending on a lot of dogs, no matter what, have fur between their paw pads, right? You want to make sure you remove any of the snow, ice, or salt, because any of that can lead to irritation on your dog's feet. And depending on where you live, fun fact, most of the chemicals and stuff that they put down so that way you can walk or drive or anything on there, most of the time they're not pet safe. So you also want to make sure you're cleaning that off your dog's feet, because that also can lead to irritation. And we don't want our dogs to lick it off, because how do our dogs clean themselves? Just like cats, how do they clean themselves or remove stuff? They lick it off. And the last thing we want is for them to ingest it. Now, also, before you even go outside, another tip that you can also do to even kind of avoid all of that in general is to get your dog used to wearing some boots. Now, there's many different dog boot brands. One of my favorite is Ruffwear. They actually have different boots for different times of the year. Like, they have like a regular one. They have, I think it's called their Polar Treks or something like that. Like, they have a winter boot. Now, if you do this, it does take time to teach your dog how to do it. Dogs don't wear shoes on the daily, right? So your dog's not going to put them on and be like, I got this. They're going to do that funny thing you've seen videos where they're like, what the heck is on my feet? It's funny. I'm not going to lie. I have many videos of watching my dogs walk in boots for the first time that I will randomly watch and laugh at, because it is absolutely hilarious. But it can be a really good thing to get them used to. And also, depending on where you live, say, another outdoor winter trip activity too that you can do year round is taking your dogs on trails and stuff like that. If your dog is used to wearing those type of boots, that can also come in handy for different terrain, right? If you go and do like a winter hike, again, keeping in mind temperatures and all these things. I'm just reiterating, even though you probably know. Keeping their feet safe from different things that could get lodged up in their feet is always a good thing. So that's just another thing to keep in mind too. Another thing, if we are talking about kind of weather and stuff like that, one important thing to keep in mind is when our dog is cold. And there's a couple easy signs. I have my little note here because I did not want to actually miss any of them. So that's why I'm grabbing my mouse right there, because I wanted to make sure I read all of them. So here are some signs that your dog is too cold. 1, shivering, shaking, or trembling. 2, teeth chattering. I almost said teeth chattering. I don't know how. Teeth chattering. Turning back for home or resisting the walk. Ears pinned back, tail tucked or hunching, being anxious or nervous, lifting their paws, barking or whining, and seeking shelter. So there could be a couple different reasons why your dog is getting cold. Obviously, temperature and how long they've been out can have something to do with it. If your dog eats a lot of the snow, they actually could potentially get frostbite or hypothermia from that. So be aware and watching that. But also too, depending on the length of the coat or the type of coat that your dog has, can also determine if they're going to be more cold or not. So, I mean, I'll be honest here and talk about a classic husky. You don't necessarily always got to worry about a husky. But like my dog Diesel, he's got a thinner coat. And so when you have a dog that has kind of a thinner coat, or even our dogs as they get older, they tend to need a little bit more coverage. So if you've probably seen like videos of like whippets or anything like that in like New York walking around in a jacket. Sometimes it's for fashion. Let's be real. We know those dog influencers. Sometimes it's for fashion. But many times they actually do need the warmth in those colder areas. So you can invest in a dog jacket. There's many amazing brands out there for those. Some of my favorites, Ruffwear, same brand for the boots. They're just known for outdoor dog gear. Their whole thing is about spending time outside with your dogs. I can't talk today, y'all. That's one brand. Hurtta is another one. They're kind of global, so make sure you find the US version. I think it's like Hurtta America. And then if you have an extra large dog, like my dog Diesel, about a year ago, there's a new brand that launched called Woof Essentials. They make the best outdoor weather gear and clothing for extra large dogs. My dog Diesel, I did a whole review. Check out, I have a video on my channel about their just their fleece jacket. My dog Diesel, he's 110 pounds. He wears a medium. A medium. That dog has never been a medium in his life. But it fits him perfectly. It's so snug. I'm actually probably going to be using it in the next couple of weeks because even though I live in Florida, so I know it might seem funny once I say that making this video, but we actually do get some cold temperatures. We had a lot of mornings in the 20s last year, and I had that coat for him, and he loved it. He was great. He kept warm. But those are some things to kind of take into consideration and keep in mind, depending on what size dog you have, how old they are, and what their coat is like, if you want to do any of those type of outdoor activities as well. So the last idea I wanted to share with you, these are all kind of snow-based. I'm not going to lie. I couldn't resist just because it's so much fun. The last one is a snow dig. Now, there's a way that you can do this that's not going to tear up the ground underneath the snow, because I know that could be an immediate concern that some of you might have when you heard that. You're like, well, I barely have anything left under there because, it's being destroyed. I don't want my dog to just rip it up. Well, I have shared an outdoor enrichment activity where you grabbed a dog pool and had a really fun pool party outside with your dogs. It's a great way to keep them cool in the summer, and it's a fun environmental enrichment activity. Grab that dog pool, put it outside, put the snow in there, grab some of your dog's favorite toys, and let them have a snow dig. And it's a contained, fun enrichment activity, and your dog will have an absolute blast. It's one of those things where it's just dogs just love to dig. And I try to give my dogs specific places on where they're allowed to dig. Like for instance, my Diesel knows that he can only dig at the beach, and he goes hard at the beach. He's like, yes! And it's mostly because I don't want him to think that he can tear up flowers in my garden or stuff like that. That's just something I taught him when he was a puppy, but he absolutely loves it. So that activity, he loves it. You can do that also. Say you find this video and you're like, well, could I do that in the summertime? You can actually get some sand, put it in there, and do the same thing during the summer. This is an idea that you can kind of alter during the year, or I got another one for you. Say you can't go outside, right? I know this could be part of my indoor enrichment activities, but since I'm talking about the dog pool, I want to share it. You can also grab that dog pool, bring it inside, put some fun balls and toys in it, and make a fun snuffle experience out of it, right? Your dog can feed and frenzy and forage and all this stuff. And that's a fun way to use this dog pool. You can use it indoor, outdoor, winter, summer, year-round. It's a great multi-use product because anything I do with my dogs, or if I get something with my dogs, I want to make sure there's multiple ways I can use it, because I am a dog parent on a budget, but I also want to make sure that anytime I get something for my dogs, they're actually going to enjoy it, and they can enjoy it in many ways. So that is the last idea. So again, depending on which video you found first, make sure to check out the indoor winter enrichment activities and head over to the playlist for tons and tons of more enrichment activities for dogs and cats, so you can create happy and healthier pets and have an amazing life together with them. And again, my name is Caitlin. I'm the creator behind Sparkles and Sunshine. Make sure to check out my channel as well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.